Hi, welcome along to AFTV. Now it's time to preview the big one. Arsenal visiting Selhurst Park to take on Crystal Palace. And I know I say every week, big one, because for us, the way the season's gone this year, every game is a big one. And we've still got a chance. Bear with me here, right? We've still got a chance to get in the top four. There's still a lot of games to go, right? And if you're looking at it sensibly, probably we got no chance of getting into the top four, you'd say, based off of our form so far this season. But if you look at the table, Liverpool, obviously, they've won the league. They're going to win it. Leicester in second place, 45 points. Doing well, but can they sustain it? Can they sustain their great start of the season right through to the end? Man City on 44 points. You'd assume that Man City, they'll only get stronger. They'll get in there. Chelsea on 36 points, doing well but vulnerable. We don't know what sort of Chelsea you're going to get. 1 week, they're brilliant. The next week, they could lose to any team in the Premier League. Man United in 5th on 31 points. Tottenham in 6th on 30 points. We are only 3 points behind Tottenham Hotspur. We got 27 points. Despite how poorly we played this season, we have got 27 points, right? We've lost 1 game less than Tottenham. It's because we've drawn so many games. So there's reason to say to yourself that if Arteta can get us on a little run, who knows? We could be hovering around it. I mean, first, say, team we need to hunt down, you'd say would be Tottenham, right? They're in 6th place. If Tottenham lose to Liverpool and we beat Crystal Palace, we will be on 30 points, the same amount as them. So it's not impossible. It's unlikely, but it's not impossible. And you've got to be saying we've got to be trying to get at least into the top 6 so that we can get back at least into the Europa League. So there's a lot to play for. And if you look at Crystal Palace, they're actually above us at the moment. They're a point above Arsenal. So again, it's significant if we could beat them to take a step to go past them. We've got to take it 1 step at a time. And it should be a really interesting game. Crystal Palace has given us a lot of trouble at Selhurst Park over the years. It's never been an easy place to go to. But we got a great chance. They've got a horrific injury list. I was looking at their injury list earlier, and just to go through it, these are the players that are out injured, that will definitely not play against Arsenal. Andros Townsend, he's out. I was even chatting to his dad yesterday. He's definitely out. Jeffrey Schlupp, who's been coming in and doing really, really well for them, he's out. Joel Ward, he's out. Scott Dan, centre-back, he's out. Patrick Van Arnold, who's always done very well on the left-hand side, he's out. Mamadou Sakho, all right, he doesn't always play, but he's out. And there's a doubt on Benteke. He could return, but there's a bit of a doubt on Benteke, and even a little bit of a doubt on Zaha, although you'd expect Zaha to start the game. So that's a lot of injuries, an injury crisis they've got. We've got our fair share of injuries as well, but that's a lot of injuries. Now, Arsenal, on the other hand, should have a very strong team to put out. Aubameyang was rested for the game against Leeds. Lucas Torreira was rested for that game as well. So they'll be fit and raring to go. And also Ainsley Maitland-Niles was rested. I think that was very wise to do that because we don't really have a backup right back as well. So those 3 will be fit to come back in. Kolasinac, who limped off in a previous game, came off. He should be fine. And we should go there with a fairly full-strength team. Lacazette, Pepe, Aubameyang. Martinelli looks like he'll be fit and rearing to go in that game as well. So we should be able to put out a very, very strong team. Ceballos is knocking on the door to get back in. So they got a big injury crisis. We've got our injuries, we know, Callum Chambers, Bellerins, people like that. But a lot of key players will be fit and rearing to go. And there's a lot of optimism around at the moment with Arsenal. Arteta has come in and it's been a breath of fresh air. You saw the game the other day against Leeds. The first half, absolutely terrible. The second half, the players admitted afterwards that he got into them and it was a complete turnaround in the second half and we put in a brilliant performance. If we put in a performance like we did in the first half against Palace, with guys like Wilfried Zaha, they will punish us. And the one thing we know about Palace, they're a very well organised team, very difficult to break down. Then we'll be right up against it to try and get anything out of the game. we've got to go there on the front foot. And I am very infused and pleased to see that that's how Arteta's been playing. And going back to that Leeds game, I think it was a good thing, when I really reflect on it, that we did have such a poor first half. Because it means that Arteta's going to go to Palace and he's going to demand that they do not start in that way. And they're going to be conscious of the fact that they started the first half so badly when they played Leeds, and that they don't repeat it. And I'm feeling optimistic. There's a pattern of play to Arsenal at the moment. He's playing players in their right position. Torreira is looking like a different player. Xhaka's looking like a different player, right? Lacazette is working his socks off. Not getting the goals at the moment, but working his socks off. Pepe is starting to show us what we paid £72 million for. Mesut Ozil is starting to justify his wages and starting to look world class again. You know, even the defenders, David Luiz is starting to look like a proper centre-back. Socrates has upped his game. Ainsley Maitland-Niles has improved so much under Arteta. You know, Kolasinac is doing these driving runs. So there's a lot to be optimistic about. I mean, what Arteta's done, basically, is come in and he's getting the best out of what he has. And you cannot ask for any more than that. Right now, it's what he's got until he gets to, I'm not even talking about January, till he gets to the big transfer window in the summer when he can make and start trying to bring in some of the personnel he wants. And right now, he's getting the best out of those guys. And those guys look like they're enjoying playing for him. At the end of the game, Lacazette didn't hide from the fact that against Leeds, he was shouting at them at half time. And he's like, almost like, the way Lacazette said it is almost like, yeah, we needed that. Respect, we needed that. They're showing a lot of respect to this guy. And I'm feeling really infused about Arteta. Listen, it's still early. It's early days. We've all got to slow down, calm down. We know what football's like. A couple of defeats and everybody, well, I don't know, is he the right man? But at the moment, for me, I'm liking what I'm seeing. And as I said, he's getting the best out of what he's got. And this is what he's going to have from now till the end of the season. And there are some very good players in there. So I'm enthusiastic and I think we're going to win this game. I'm going to go for Arsenal winning it by 3-1. I think we're going to be on the front foot. I think we're going to be able to exploit a lot of the weaknesses that are in Palace's team because of the amount of injuries that they've got. And we really got to do that. And I think Arteta's a sort of guy that's meticulous, and he will be focusing in on those areas where they're going to be really short because they're really down to the bare bones. And you know what? I forgot to mention the fact that Milivojevic, who's been solid for them in midfield, always seems to score a penalty against us. He's missing as well. He's a captain. He is out. And that's a huge blow for them. Very stupidly got himself sent off last week. And remember, in that game, they lost to Derby when they was playing a fairly strong team. So it's going to be a great game. I'm really looking forward to it. But I think we're going to get another win here. I'm going for Arsenal winning it by 3-1. What do you guys think? Leave it in the comments below. But let's hope the Arteta era can continue. I mean, getting wins away from home is going to be really important if we're to have any chance of getting near the top four. So let's hope we can do it.